What's up, guys? Quick story on how Bucks Beards became to be. In 2018, I hit a low point in my life. It wasn't going the way that I wanted. And instead of facing my problems, I surrounded myself with unhealthy comforts because nothing says I'm totally fine like ignoring reality and hoping that it just goes away. Deep down, I knew I needed to make a change, but change is hard when your bad habits feel like a warm, suffocating hug. One of my longtime friends, Nate Dawson, had been telling me for years, take a leap and bet on myself. Naturally, I ignored him. But when life finally backed me into a corner, I realized he was right. So in late October, I did something drastic. I packed up everything I owned, I crammed it into a U-Haul with a few buddies, and moved 950 miles away to Denver, Colorado, for a job I had never done before. I only knew one person there, Nate. But at that point, I figured, why not? I arrived in Denver on October 31st, 2018, which is pretty fitting, since the whole thing felt like a horror movie. But I hit the ground running, embracing my new adventure, and everything was going great until about 7 months in when the company I worked for decided to do some layoffs. Nobody had screwed up anything, it was just a numbers game, and the newest hires, including myself, we were out the door. They say everything happens for a reason. At the time, I wanted to punch them in the face, but in hindsight, they were right. Reflect, regroup, refocus. I found another job working in a lab with oils, which was pretty interesting enough, but something kept nagging at me. Why was I still working for somebody else? While at this job, I noticed we were selling a simple $8 product in massive quantities. That got me thinking. How many $8 products do you need to sell to make $1 million? Well, the answer is 125,000, and that seemed shockingly doable. So naturally, I became obsessed with finding my thing, the product that would light a fire under me and push me to empty the tank every single day. But inspiration's a fickle beast. Weeks went by, and I felt like I was screaming in my own head, what is my thing? Over and over and over again. If you've ever been desperate for a purpose, you know exactly how frustrating that search can be. Then, COVID happened. And like everyone else, I had to be stuck in a mask all day, every day, and it didn't take long for me to realize something horrifying. I felt sick. At first, I couldn't figure out why, but then it hit me, literally in the face. Every beard product I had ever smelled or used smelled exactly the same. That classic sandalwood scent. Sure, it was fine in small doses, but when trapped behind a mask for hours, it was like repeatedly getting punched in the nose by a lumberjack. I thought to myself, why hasn't anybody made a beard oil that actually smells good? And just like that, the idea for Bucks Beards was born. Now, I had spent months researching, testing, and developing beard oils that smelled better, scents that weren't the same old, lost in the woods experience that every other brand seemed to be obsessed with. In April 2021, Bucks Beards officially made its first sale. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Arthur Ashe. From day one, our mission has been simple. Stand out. No generic scents, no harmful chemicals, no overpriced nonsense, just high quality beard products that make you smell damn good and feel even better. In July 2021, my good friend John Hopkins came out to visit me in Denver. I shared my vision for Bucks Beards, and he was immediately intrigued. Now, knowing his 17 years of sales and business experience, and the fact that he loves to mentor anyone who will listen, I asked him to join the team. There's a quote that sums up our partnership perfectly. If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. In August 2021, John officially joined Bucks Beards and has been leading the charge in achieving our short-term goals ever since. He's also taken it upon himself to appoint several official titles for himself, but for the sake of time and your sanity, I'll spare you the list. Where we are now. Today, Bucks Beards is thriving. We're in multiple retail locations. We're selling on Amazon. We've got our website, of course, and you can still catch us popping up at farmers markets to connect with customers face to face. And of course, with our success, people love to point out the fact that John doesn't have a beard. If I had $1 for every time someone brought that up, I'd already have that million. Cha-ching.